This is the central management system. It really knows about 4 things, even though there's 5 things shown here. I'll talk about the 5th in a minute. It really knows about 4 things. It knows about companies. So if you're a brand, you're a company, and under that company you can have other companies, your franchise groups. You might have companies for geographic regions, things like that. Inside companies you can put users. These are the people that can see the devices within those companies. Importantly, you can put sites in. So sites are the physical locations where the Mako devices are going. And then obviously it knows about Mako devices. So a site might have an edge device, a managed switch, and a couple of APs. So if I want to go and do a search for sites, I can search for them in many different ways. I can search by a name, a site ID, part of an address or a phone number. But my last name is Gamble, so I have a company in our system called Gamble Family. And there's 4 sites in there. I'm testing various things, but so there's 4 actual locations. If I go and select one of the locations, it's going to show where that location is and what devices are actually in that location. And you might see that from here I can see that these devices are all up and they're online. I can see what's going on with them. I don't have multiple WAN interfaces on mine, but if I had cellular as well next to this edge device, the security gateway, I'm going to see the health of all the WAN connections going into that device. So just from the search screen you can see and understand what's going on. And from here I can go and select one of these devices, and I can see live, what interfaces have anything plugged into them. So I happen to know that there should be something plugged into this. It's an IoT sensor device that I'm testing. It's dead. It either means it's turned itself off, cable's fallen out, something's gone on with it. But if I was troubleshooting a store and they were saying, hey, we can't process cards anymore, one of the most obvious things is, well, there's nothing plugged into where it should be on that host. If I want to, I can bounce by clicking on this little network diagram to the other devices at this store or at this site. So if I want to see what's going on with the switch, I can see real time what's going on with every port. Has it got something plugged into it? Is it delivering PoE to those devices? And I can see and manage and control from there.
And how do you know what's plugged into the port? Can you zoom?
Yeah, so there's multiple ways you can do that. In this case, you'll see these things are named, so you can name each port. That's pretty simple. You can do, if I pop back to the...
I assume you can do like a template so that at every store, port 3 is used by the...
Yeah, this is personal equipment, so it's not templated. If this is being deployed to a major brand, then everything is templated. And the templates can apply to just aspects of a device too. So if a major brand owns a template that's defining how the point of sale environments are controlled, then those are going to be set up exactly the same as that template defines. If the brand wants to change a configuration, they change the template once. Every site that's subscribed to that template gets the change. But if it's the brand that owns that template, a dealer ranks underneath them in terms of the hierarchy of the Mako system. They can't make any changes to anything that's templated by someone above them. So that's how the system can very easily control different aspects of different things. Lastly, if we go to manage this particular location, you can see that we had a look at these devices here, but if we go to network map, you can see a live view that we can zoom in and around of what devices are plugged in where, and it automatically does the vendor lookups of the MAC addresses, so you can have a much clearer idea. You can see I've got some Nest cameras and an Amazon streamer and an Apple streamer and things, so it's all there. And from there, if you want to, you can go and rename those devices, Fred's PC, and it's going to be referred to as Fred's PC. So there's heaps of different ways that you can start looking at these locations, see what network segments things are broken into, whether they're connected via Wi-Fi or into switch ports or whatever. You've got complete control and visibility over what's going on.